this isn't what I was thinking. It shows it in the freaking ad with the 90-degree offset. You should be able to just pull it out. Now with the NZXT one, what you're going to want to do is, I am not going to show you in this video. This is the pre-installed one from my previous one. You need to flip your case around, and there's 2 screws that go into the H5, the H7, or the H9. This will work with any one of those 3 cases. So what I like to do at this point is plug this thing in first, because it's never, pardon me, it's never going to get easier than right now to get this thing plugged in. You're going to want to push it and push it until this thing goes all the way in, even if you got to kind of assist it. Don't break your motherboard, but it's going to take a bit of force. So now this part, you want to loosen this thing off here, that little leg. And we'll see, this one's different than the other one. Okay, and now you want to push this in. And then what we should be able to do is tighten this. Okay. Really don't like how the way that these cables sit, but that's okay. I suppose that seems like it's in there quite well. Now, I'm going to want to secure this thing here. I've done this both ways before. You can also install your graphics card first if you like. I'm not going to. Magnetic screwdrivers are great for this. Especially when your light is such as mine is. And I'm trying to show you guys my cool LED lights. Okay, so I got one holding it. I'm gonna put another one. Yeah, you wanna, like, if you hadn't already, you want to loosen this, push it all the way back, because it sits kind of funny in this thing, I find. And then you're going to want to tighten that, and you're going to want to put a couple of screws. I got some extras here. I'm going to put in, and just I think there's just 2 screw holes is all I see here. So good, shoot, good on you for not getting too carried away there, NZXT. Like I say, the previous model, it didn't take up all the slots. You had to put pieces in, and it just looked kind of, didn't look very well put together. This one, they've changed that a little bit. I wish they would have made this as it shows in their picture with the 90 coming out of here, but bygones, spilt milk. Okay, now what we need to do is take this dusty little fella here, and it may be easier to install these right now. And so the trick to this is you want to start on the most pain in the ass side. Put the little, because these are 6+2s, if you put the little +2 in first, even if you just start it, of course you're going to fight me now, right? And then when you push it down, they should hold together. If you do not put the 2x in first, the way these clips work, it actually pushes the 2x down, so you run the chance of not having that installed properly, and that's probably not going to be a good thing. Okay, they should all physically click. I'm just going to make sure by pushing on the back side. Now I've got extra wire because this was not run like this, so we're just going to do this for now, and it's going to be that way. Now, what you're going to want to do is get under here. You want to make sure you get this lined up. You do not want to try jamming this in the wrong way. Oops, like that. The hell? There we go. And then you want to do it till she clicks. Give her a good hard push and just make sure that that little clip's all the way and you are pushed down as hard as you can. Well, maybe not as hard as you can, but firm, very firm. Now what I'm gonna do is, I think there's just one area for a screw now. This one's gonna be a little tricky to get, so I don't need this, but for now I'm gonna put this under here so that it holds my thing in the right place there. There we go. So there's a little tip for you if you prop it up so that you can get your screw started. This is a really awful spot to put a screw. Somewhere I have a magnetic screwdriver, I just don't know where I put it. This is probably not going to be the most fun thing ever. Okay, and what we're going to be testing here in a minute is to see in a YouTube short the relative temperature differences between having your GPU directly plugged in and having your GPU mounted like this. Now, I hypothesize that this is better because you're going to have airflow around your CPU unit, and as well it's going to be exhausting hot air out this way now, whereas in its conventional mode it's blowing hot air right out onto your, actually it's blowing right where your SSD, your primary one, your Gen 5 slot would be on this motherboard. So as you see, there is one piece that does need to be filled in there, and somewhere in this office I actually have that piece. So what I don't have currently is any more screws handily available, so we will just put this. Did they change this on me? Oh no, see, there you go. And that is how you install your GPU mount. All right, so I ordered another one of these off the internet for my build because I was convinced that unlike this older one that I have that is exactly the same thing, they listed that there is a new version out, and I'll be honest with you, one used to be white that I painted black before I installed, but these almost look the same. This one looks powder coated, and this one I think was just painted white. Maybe that was the only difference. So what I thought I was gonna get, I'll put up a picture beside me here so it makes a little more sense, and what I got is kind of two different things. So if you're looking at this online and you're like me and you think that the picture is actually what you're gonna get, that's not it, okay? So pay attention here, because if you look at the picture and if you look closely at this, you'll see how the cables come out of the back here. Well, in the picture, they show it basically coming straight up, as well as here. I'm just making sure we're in focus on the right thing. You can see that this is exactly, how do I got this? This is exactly the same as the old one. There's really no difference. And what they show in the picture is they show this coming off on a 90. And I'll be honest with you, this is like, in my mind, this is kind of false advertising. I thought this was the coolest thing since sliced bread because it would tuck your wires up out of the way and you wouldn't have these weird gimpy strained wires in behind your GPU, which I've noticed with these mounts. So anyways, my initial thoughts and my review of this product is, there's really no difference. This is exactly what the old one was. I don't know if they marketed it as different, but their pictures sure make it look a little different and make them stand out as different from what else is on the market. So please don't be confused. This is exactly what you're gonna get with the vertical GPU mount. It is just like every other one on the market. It is not, there is 190 down here on the bottom, but that's pretty standard. Other than that, it is not what the picture shows. So way to go, NZXT. Yet another reason why I'm ripping most of your shit out of my computer, because I'm done. And that's all I got for today's video. Big disappointment with this. I totally thought I was getting something that clearly I'm not. Thanks for watching, and disappointingly, we'll catch all of you in the next video. And, you know, be kind, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. That's all I care about is your subscription.